Howdy everyone, this is your buddy BP, back at it again in Smite. Playing Kefri once again, he's one of my favorites. This time in Arena, and I recorded this well over a month ago. I've been waiting for an opportunity to show it. Long story short, this is the worst feed I have ever seen in a game of Smite. This Hercules on the other team went like 1 in 18. Craziest thing ever. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was like at a point he was just basically running at us. It was just so crazy. If this Herc fed any more than he did, he would have ended world hunger. And the thing is, I remember playing with this guy before. I played with him in a different match, and he wasn't playing Hercules. He was playing like Apollo or something. And he wasn't doing bad. He wasn't doing great, but he certainly wasn't going no damn 1 in 18. But here, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was just, just stoned, or if he was trolling. I will say that at the end of this match, when we were in the lobby, he was like talking a lot of smack. He was all like, 1v1 me, everyone. I'm ready. Come on, 1v1 me. He's like, y'all bitches. And I'm like, bro, you went 1 in 18. What are you doing? So I don't know what he was thinking. I just felt compelled to share this. It was just, I was feeling bad for this enemy team because they were pretty much just losing because of this Hercules. And this Cupid on the other team, he had like at least, I want to say like 10 stars or something. Like this dude played like nothing but Cupid all day, every day. It's just craziness. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and share this crazy match. Believe it or not, I actually went negative. I went 2 and 3. I was only like 3 or 4 deaths my enemy team had. It was pretty crazy, but I can't believe I went negative. But I had a ton of assists, and it's okay. If you get beat up a lot as a Guardian, because it's kind of part of your job to kind of take the hits, so everyone else won't. But yeah, pretty crazy match. Very, I have no idea what was going on with this Hercules. I will say that I blocked him after this because I was just like, man, I don't want to run the risk of this guy, getting in the same team as me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't having that. So yeah, I just want to share that match. I also want to take this moment to talk about something that's been people have been talking about recently in the YouTube community regarding PewDiePie. Of course, if you're already probably knowing exactly what I'm talking about. The other day, PewDiePie was doing a live stream of him playing. I think it was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I haven't played that game, so I'm not too familiar with it. But I do remember he was playing it, and during the course of the game, he got a little heated. He got a little tilted. And he said something he really shouldn't have. He repeated a racial slur that I am not going to repeat. But y'all probably already know about it by now. And first off, I understand getting angry at video games and saying nasty stuff. Some of y'all already know, I mentioned it in my last video. I'm kind of playing a little bit of Bloodborne at the moment. I'm not playing it for the channel just yet. I might do that in the future. But I am playing a little bit of Bloodborne, and as you might imagine, that game, it gets me kind of tilted. It gets me kind of angry. And when I get angry playing that game, I say some stuff that I certainly wouldn't want to. I certainly wouldn't want like my grandma to hear me repeat or anything. But I gotta say, as angry as I've ever gotten at a game, I've never, said anything like racist or like really hateful, like how he did. I just don't understand how someone would want to use a word like that when they get mad. It's just, let me go ahead and put it like this. As you can probably tell from my accent, I'm a bit of a southern guy. I was raised in Georgia. Y'all might not know, if you're not from the South, we got a lot of black folks that live here, especially in the kind of the southern metro Atlanta area, which is where I grew up. In fact, if I remember correctly, the the high school I went with was actually mostly black. If not, we were definitely around like 50% black, so I was kind of almost like a racial minority in my own high school. Wasn't a problem, though. It was just like any other high school. You know, it was just an ordinary experience, like everywhere else. But one of the things that when you live in an environment where you do have a lot of black folks is that you learn very quickly that you should not ever use that word. It is just horribly inappropriate. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I think PewDiePie is racist. I don't think that at all. But making a habit out of using a word like that, it is kind of disrespectful. And the thing about respect is that it's not something that you just feel. It's something that you do. It's something that you exhibit through your behavior. It's something you exhibit through your actions. And I hear some people trying to defend him saying, oh, you shouldn't get worked up. It's just a word. And yeah, I'm thinking, true, it is a word. But you know what else is also a word? Kill is also a word. Murder is a word. Rape is also a word. Gun is a word. Fire is a word. Bomb is a word. And depending on the context in which you use those words, it can have very dire implications. You can find yourself in a whole world of shit. Words have power. Words have meaning. If they didn't have meaning, we would all just be going around going like a pack of animals. You know, we have language because words have meaning and intent and power and value in the real world. And to just dismiss, him using a racially charged word like he did, it's I think that's just a very irresponsible way to dismiss his actions. We're already, we're still trying to recover from the whole adpocalypse that occurred earlier this year, and PewDiePie's actions played a big role in it because he made a lot of very edgy jokes about the Holocaust and everything like that. And again, I know he isn't a hateful person, but his decision to just use that kind of language, it just feels kind of irresponsible. It's like, yeah, I know there are a lot of YouTubers out there who do kind of make jokes like that, and they don't get shit for it the way he does. I get that. I understand. But he has to know that his relationship with YouTube and the general public and how the media perceives our platform, it's different for everyone else. He's the guy that's at the top of the totem pole. He's the guy that everyone pays the most attention to, and he's got to understand. And while I get the fact that what he did was kind of in the heat of the moment, he didn't plan on doing it. He just kind of got mad and made and reacted in a very compulsive way. But you got to get yourself out of the habit of using language like that. Like when I was playing Bloodborne, I was using some language that I said I wouldn't want to ever repeat in polite company, and I'm thinking to myself man, I really need to stop using this word and that word. And while it's not hateful language, it's still, pretty vulgar things that I use when I get angry. It's probably part of the reason why I'm a little worried about, playing it for the channel first time, because I'm worried about, saying some shit I would feel embarrassed about earlier. Or later, rather. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and mention that. Like I said earlier, respect is not just something you feel. It's something that you do. It's a product of your actions. And a good thing, and sometimes it's important to just show restraint, because showing restraint is part of, being respectful. Like I said, I wouldn't use certain words in the presence of, my grandma or anything, or my coworkers, because I have a respect for them, and I understand that something like that would make them feel extremely uncomfortable, or would leave them with the wrong impression as to who I am. And that's kind of what PewDiePie is going through right now. He's leaving people with a false impression of who he is. Again, like I said, I don't think he's a racist, but I do think what he did was, you know, kind of irresponsible. And after the whole apocalypse thing, he should kind of know better not to be saying shit like that. But anyway, I'm getting a little hung up on this. I just want to go ahead and share this match. I didn't mean to, you know, get all real on you guys the way I did, but, you know, like I said, as someone who grew up in the South in the company of quite a lot of black folks, it's just one of those things I've learned. And when I hear people, you know, namely other white folks use that word, I'm just like, bruh, you know, where were you raised? Who told you it was okay to use that word? Maybe it's just how I was raised. Maybe I'm just too modest. I'm just too polite. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it all down in the comment section. I'm always curious to hear what you said, or rather what you feel about, you know, things like this. But yeah, I'll go ahead and leave this video here. If you like this video, then smack that like button. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section if you have any feedback for me. I love hearing back from you, and I try to respond to as many people as I can. And as always, y'all be good to each other. And I will see you in the next video.
An enemy has been slain.
Minions have reached your portal. Day of judgment. That's too bad. I see why fishing is a... Yes!
Rampage!
Don't give up on the way. That was tubular! I think I got something!
Killing spree.
Don't give up on the raid. An enemy has left the game. You got it next time.
Invested. Rampage. From Gunst An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
There is no escape.
An enemy has been bested.
To the point.
Unstoppable.
I walk in darkness. Be careful.
An enemy has been slain.
Just give me a minute.
Fine.
Did everyone have fun? Get skills, man.